But what's so esoteric about the booking?
What's so esoteric about it? I mean, not everybody really wants to do this.
Yeah. What's the definition of esoteric?
What's the definition of esoteric?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
What's esoteric back? Sorry.
no, I don't know. Um, only appeals to a certain group of people.
Okay.
So that's typically that's the very like basic definition.
Yeah. So how did you get started? What was your inception to the promo game?
With my exception to the promo game, I had a friend that was booking shows in Satsuma and Saarland, actually at churches.
Mm,
He asked me to help him out for a couple of shows, and I did.
yeah.
Helped him out for like one or two. Um, Left his, started working with some other friends of mine, the ones that did Poseidon Productions right there.
Yeah.
Worked with them for maybe about 2 or 3 shows. And I wanted to go bigger. I wanted to book bigger bands. I wanted to take bigger risk. And they were not, I don't really blame them, but I don't think they really were too interested in really risking a lot of money like I was.
Right.
So
They were selling in bulk with that
Yeah.
$5 sale.
yeah, so they were,
Every show was Black Friday.
they weren't really too interested in that, which I don't blame anybody for not being interested in that because it is very risky to do that. So
Yeah.
I decided to kind of branch out on my own, and that's when I started Esoteric Booking, and that's when I did that festival, which I just was just reaching out to different bands all around,
Right.
like Tennessee, Florida, wherever I could that was close by that would play this festival on its date. And I mean, it was just a lot of money to put up.
What's how old were you guys when y'all were starting this?
I was 19.
Yeah.
So, and my friend that was first doing it with me, I think he was 18, 17 or 18. And then when I started working with these guys beside production, they were like 16, 17.
Yeah. And so like what gets you like so motivated for like putting on these promos, you know?
I mean, hey, to me at first it was just fun. It was just a fun thing to do because like a lot of these bands were friends of mine. It
Yeah.
was just something kind of fun to do. After a while, it became more of like a job to where like, okay, I have to do this. Like I feel like I have to do it. Like I have to do this, and it's going to cost me this much money. Okay, I need to put this much money aside. I
Yeah.
need to make sure I have ads made, different things like that. I gotta have the right flyer made. I have to hit the algorithm just right so that way everybody sees it. I
Yeah.
have to sell this many tickets before the show happens. Yeah.
You
So
have
it's now it's way more stressful than it was back then. I miss days like this where it was fun. And not that it's not fun now, but it's definitely way more stressful now than it was back then.
I concur. I feel that, you know, I'm
Yeah.
not on the same level obviously with Gulf Coast music, but do you feel that you've like put a lot of that pressure on yourself?
Yes, I sure do.
Like, you know, nobody else is, not that it's not necessary to the community, you know, of course that's the purpose of it is to fuel the community and everybody enjoys it. But in terms of people needing it, you know, you feel it more than they do maybe.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Mr. J. Boyles of Esoteric Booking. Pleasure to have you on.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir. What was your first experience at a show?
First experience at a show was in 2007. Was a little band called Doe Wears Prada and a Day to Remember.
Yeah.
I think tickets were like $10. It was over at the American Legion
That's
over in
expensive.
Pensacola.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was so expensive.
Yeah. We didn't eat lunch that day.
No, it sure didn't. So I remember we couldn't find the venue because it was just a little, like it's a little American Legion. It doesn't really stick out. There's no sign for it.
Mm.
Once we ended up finding it, again, it was sold out. Couldn't get inside. So we decided to just take some bottle wrappers, wrap around our arms and try to walk in and see if that worked. And it did. I mean, it did work, but it's certainly what we walked into was not expecting what I was walking into. So I ended up walking back out. But
What did you say?
oh, well, what I saw was it's kind of hard to explain now because it's like now thinking it's been like about 15 years. So it's been a really long time.
Right.
Maybe longer than that, maybe closer to 20 now. Wow.
We've gone to therapy. For
Yeah,
this.
I know. Well, what I walked into is that I remember there was just a guy kind of standing off to himself, and then a bigger guy walked up to him and he
Oh.
grabbed him by his face and just started pumping him in his face. And then the whole group surrounded them. And I just walked back out because I was like, I don't know anything about that. I'm not a part of it.
This ain't
I'm
worth
walking out.
$10.
Yeah.
Yeah, this ain't worth the bottle. Yeah. Tell me about so was that in 2010 then?
That was 2007.
So tell me about your first show in 2010 where you were promoting. Would that have been that one?
It actually was not this one. There was one right before it.
Let's see.
Is there one more on there? That one. It was that one right there. So that was the first one I put on. That was at Soul Kitchen. That was really before the main venue I knew about in Mobile was the Soul Kitchen.
Now who's doing that font on the Soul Kitchen?
Who's doing that font for the Soul Kitchen? Oh, that was all me. I think I made this on Microsoft Paint.
Because I feel like I see that font oftentimes on Soul Kitchen posts.
I mean, they might have taken it from me. Who knows?
Well, that's kind of like a Star Wars.
It's a very standard font. I don't know exactly what font that is.
Laser.
Hey Derek, what font is that?
Pull that up, Derek. Derek's some random name we made.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
What conceptualizes that picture? How'd you come up with that?
Again, I think this was on like Microsoft Paint or like one of those websites. I don't know. I don't know exactly what website it was. I just remember I Googled something and I pulled up this picture.
Yeah.
The picture didn't look like this. I ended up putting this filter on it to make it look red because it seemed to kind of pop better with the words over it. Yeah. It was a lot of colors. It just didn't really quite look right.
The red make the white pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was I made this flyer because we just need the flyer that was made originally. They put the wrong date on it. So I just went through and made this flyer for them. But yeah, that's this was my first show. Can't really tell you too much about it. I just remember it was at Soul Kitchen. This is back before Soul Kitchen was all one room. It had a front room at this time. Front room was probably about a 250 cap.
Yeah.
So they would let me have shows in that front room. And all I remember I just called him up. This was like old school. I just kind of called him on the phone and asked him if I could have this date. And
so by have this date, you mean like you're renting out Soul Kitchen?
I'm renting out Soul Kitchen.
So at that point, you are liable then, right? You become that liable party.
I am liable.
Right. So now it's shifting from promoter to host.
Yes.
Yeah. Big dog.
Mm-hmm.
What does that feel like?
I mean, at this moment, it didn't really feel like anything. It was really we were just trying to branch out, try something new. Because again, we were just booking at churches. So we want to try hey, we have a show downtown. How would that work?
Right.
So we had this show up at Soul Kitchen. Again, even that Soul Kitchen was all ages because it had $7 over 18, $9 if you're under 18. So I mean, as long as you had an ID, they'll let you in.
Moving from the pew to the booth.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. What goes into how do you delegate? Do you delegate the responsibilities then if you become the host of promoting, or do you still handle all aspects?
I mean, yeah, there is some kind of responsibility when you're using someone else's venue. You're responsible to the stuff inside there. You're responsible for making sure nothing gets broken, nothing gets stolen, things like that. So you are responsible for stuff like that. Having this with having just my friends play was a little less stressful.
Yeah. I guess what I'm getting at is that definitely makes sense. What I'm getting at is when you're coming up and you're promoting these shows and you're a specialized skill set with that, you know what the job is, and then you turn into this host figure where you've got to cover all these. Did that feel more burdensome, or was that just felt like an extra next step? That
it just felt like an extra next step.
Yeah.
At this time.
Yeah.
At this time. This was really before I guess you could say my spirit started getting broken. But so yeah.
Spirit started getting broken.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, again, I'm not going to name a lot of names, but there was a venue I did book at for several years.
Yeah.
I stopped booking there mainly because that money just started going missing. That was a little odd.
Yeah.
There was a time they actually had a show there. I watched the guy that was working that night pull the fire alarm,
Oof.
try to get the show shut down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Yeah. So stuff like that, I was like, okay, like I really have to like kind of be a tough guy with these guys because they really are like pushing against me because like I called them out for taking money from me because I knew I was missing money, so I called them out on it.
Why did you have ops?
I'm sorry.
Why did you have people that were against you?
I really don't know. I think the big thing was me calling them out for taking money from me because I was taking that's when I started taking tallies at the door because the money was not quite adding up. I knew what I owed this venue.
Yeah.
And when I took tallies at the door, I realized that we were off by, it wasn't that much. It was only like $100, $200, but still, it was enough to where I was like, okay, if they're taking this little, they're going to start taking more and taking more. I gotta say something to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They thought they could get
And
away
it was really after that to where that's when I felt like they started pushing against me. That's when the fire alarm got pulled. That's when a lot of things started happening.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa, 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 don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof.
As the godfather of the local music scene, what's it like from a local band? How do you integrate with somebody of your prominence?
How do I integrate with a local band?
How does a local band integrate with yourself?
Normally they reach out to me in some kind of way. Either they'll reach out over email. Sometimes they'll message me on Facebook if they can find me, if they know who I am. I try to stay incognito now.
Yeah.
But
do you make them kiss the ring?
I sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, but usually like I mean,
I appreciate
it really does. It really does depend. But like, there are like a lot of like really new local bands right now that they may not be the best band, but I'll let them play. Let them play whatever they want to play because like they deserve to have some kind of exposure. And whether they're good or bad, I really don't care.
Right.
So to me, it's all more about like, hey, are you gonna bring people? Are you gonna promote the show?
Right.
And like. Stuff like that's all I really care about. I don't really care about how great you are, how good you are, how bad you are. I mean, like I've booked Spit Terror several times. I mean, I can tell you all about them.
Ooh. Yeah, sometimes the most talented bands kind of blow it off, and the Hunger guys really want to, go all out to promote it and etc. Well, yeah. So what's some advice then for an up and coming band?
So advice from an upcoming band? Well, something that a lot of bands don't know that I guess a lot of promoters won't tell them. And it's kind of weird they don't tell them this, but this is something that every band can do is that if they want to play a show, they don't need me. They really don't. They can reach out to a venue. They can have a show at a house. They can reach out to a Legion or whatever they want to do. They can play their own show. They can put their own show together. Yeah. Like they can have somebody like me. I'm more than happy to do it. I'm still going to take some kind of cut of money. But if they don't want to do that, they don't have their own show, go for it. Do that.
Sure.
And that's what they really should do. That's what every band should do.
Right. Just to elaborate on the building blocks that you've built to get where you are right now, to have that ability to say, like, I've worked for this, that this is, something that I've got the ability to put together. Just talk to me about your career up to this point, how many years you put into it.
I think at this point, if I started back in 2009, it's 2025. Oh, yeah, got about 15, 16 years of experience right here.
Right.
So took a little break for a little while between 2016, 2017, all the way to about 2023.
That was that stupid SoundCloud era.
Yes.
Talk to me about the different eras, man.
Different eras? Oh, well.
I want to hear the Godfather's perspective.
Yeah. Man. Well, 2011, that's when I would say that's when I really started getting started. I was by myself doing it. Didn't really have any help.
Solo dolo.
Yes.
SO solo.
A lot of shows at Soul Kitchen. That's when I started having a lot of shows at the Music Box too. That's where I started making the Music Box like my main spot to have shows. Mm. And it became this really easy place to where like, okay, I can have anything play here. They don't really care. So they don't care. They don't care what it is. Soul Kitchen seemed to kind of care what I put there, but
right.
The Box didn't really care what it was. Just like, yeah, like whatever, just pay us. Like, yeah, it don't matter.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good spot to experiment and get started.
Yeah.
So then what's after the Music Box? Like, what's the different eras besides that?
Music Box, well, had that Handlebar, had a few shows at churches throughout the years. So
right.
kind of experimenting, trying different things at different churches.
Right.
So because I was kind of just figuring out where I was going to kind of land with this. Like, okay, am I going to do more of this scene core stuff that's going on? Am I going to do more of maybe some radio stuff? And I would try different things. Kind of stuck with more of the scene stuff, more of the metal, more of the hardcore. I did try. I'm still open to trying other things, but it seems like every time I did try something else different,
yeah,
didn't really work out in my favor.
Yeah. What is like the radio core? What would that route have been?
Oh well, 3 Sits Mafia was a big one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was a lot of fun.
Stay fly, boy.
Yes, I mean, I would say those guys are very humble. They're very nice. Actually, was like probably like the kindest people I've ever worked with.
They pull up on you in Mobile?
Yeah, like very cool. Yeah, they played the Music Box in Mobile. I think this was 2014. Yeah. It was a really fun show. Like it was a great show. Pretty good turnout. I think the big issue I had with that is that, I mean, I have that flyer somewhere, but I had probably like 8 locals playing. Yeah. They told me I could have anywhere between like 3 to 11 locals, and I took that to heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you had an open mic night.
Yeah, I really did. And everybody thought they could play for like 40 minutes when they really shouldn't have.
Right.
So everybody was playing for way too long. I think 3 Sits Mafia got on stage around 2:00 in the morning.
It went from 3 to 6.
Yeah, it was not looking good. They got on stage, they played maybe about 5 or 6 songs, and the police came in and shut it down.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, at least you got some sugar. So
yeah, I did. And they were very cool about it. Like they were very cool about it. Like
yeah.
Surprisingly, they were very cool about it. I really thought this was it. Okay, I'm just gonna get beat up in the parking lot now. Like,
but you said you've worked with them multiple times then?
I worked with them once.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, that's still really cool. What was the, when a nationally, globally known
yes
group like that reaches out, what do they have? Somebody that tells them that you're the guy to trust, or how do you think they find you?
Oh, well, I found them mainly through, I knew who their agent was. So I reached out to their agent and I asked them, and I just reached out to him and asked them if they had any open dates in between. He said, oh yeah, I have this date right here. We can fill in on this date for Mobile. I think the closest date they were playing was in Tupelo.
Got it.
So I was like, okay, well, I'll get this set up, and wanted a lot of money.
Dude, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you've established a footprint that you're able to coordinate people coming into Mobile. I mean, you change people's lives like that. Man.
Yes.
That's really cool. Well, what are some other instances of that?
Other instances, another cool one was Andrew WK, if you're familiar with him.
Okay.
Yeah. That was another one too, where that guy was randomly. It was actually a very random reach out to me.
Yeah,
like they just reached out to me and told me he was doing a solo tour. Normally he has a band,
Okay,
But
I
it,
thought I
but
read him in a textbook or something.
yeah, no. He's usually like he has a full band with him, but it was a solo tour, so it was just him and like one other guy
Right.
on stage. We had to get a keyboard for him to play. But that was a really fun show. Like that was a lot of fun, and that was somebody to where if I got the opportunity to do it again, like
Yeah.
I would have him again.
So, do the venues then also kind of have to respectfully kiss the ring? Because if you're the guy that's bringing in talent, then they want to be the venues that you feed the talent into.
That's true, but in this case, at this moment, this was
With Paolo
this was music box era.
Yeah.
At this point, like I pretty much like it doesn't matter really what I got. Music box was gonna have it for me. So
Right.
even with that show right there, they're like, hey, we want to actually go in on the show with you. We're gonna co-pro this show with you, and we're gonna make this like a really big event.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What are your future plans with bringing in talent, booking the right venues?
Well, right now at this moment, I'm doing the Mobtown Throwdown shows.
Right.
Got another one in January. Got another one playing in March.
Music
Then I
box.
got a few more April, May, June. So we're trying to do those. Trying to do at least
Yeah.
maybe 9 this year. I'm
Book
guessing.
for 3 years. You can't
Yeah.
even book me.
Yeah,
That's cool, man.
yeah.
What's so then after 2010,
Yeah.
you had your own festival.
Yes.
How'd you set that up?
Had I set that up? Well, that was at a church I was working sound for. I talked to a local pastor there because again I had a nurse show there earlier that year, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, could I have a festival here on this date?" I think I told him like 4 or 5 months in advance. He was like, "Oh, sure," and just kind of just marked it on the calendar. I think he forgot all about it,
Oh,
and then I just started just setting it up, and he was like, "Oh, that's right, you are still doing that. Okay, that's just fine. We'll have it here." But yeah, I just had it. I just had it at that church because I was working sound for them, and they kind of let me bring in stuff like that. But
and it was just outside?
no, it was inside.
Wow.
It was inside in the youth room
Yeah.
upstairs.
Yeah, yeah.
Tiny little room, probably like 200, 300 cap room.
Yeah.
So I think I packed it out.
Hell yeah.
In Mobile, we don't talk about change, we work for it. At Dexter's Boxing Gym, this is where confidence is built punch by punch. No gimmicks, no excuses, just real training for real people. This January, we're offering a new membership plan designed to help you stay strong and stay consistent. New year, new me. Mobile's home for boxing, Dexter's.
At Roosters, we are committed to using quality, locally sourced ingredients as often as possible. That's why we partnered with Bayou Corps Farms to take their heirloom corn, locally grown in Bon Secours, and use it to create the corn flour for our new always fresh corn tortillas. Our other partner, Tortilleria E&H in Daphne, receives the Bayou Corps corn flour and uses it to make the tortillas. The heirloom corn tortillas then get delivered to Roosters, where they are used to make our signature tacos. The end result is freshness and flavor you can't get anywhere else. Roosters, for the love of food.
Let's get into some stories.
Okay.
What comes to mind when I say Luke Kane?
Liu Kang. Liu Kang was maybe still is a band from Pensacola, Florida. Used to dress up like the Village People. Used to do all kinds of really crazy, unique stuff at shows. I always have a theme at a show. They really love me. They really love bringing my name up and really love talking about me. There was a show to where they took a bunch of blow up dolls and put my face on it, and essentially sacrificed me at a show. They like to this day they still say like, "Too bad we killed Jay Boyles. He's dead now."
Resurrected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, let's talk about Anvil.
Anvil. Okay.
Sorry
And-
for the doll story. So,
Oh.
when you say they made a blow up doll of you,
Yes.
inflatable,
Inflatable blow up doll. It's exactly what you picture in your head.
right?
Yeah.
How do you think they made that?
How do I think I made that? I'm assuming they blew it up. I don't know. I'm assuming they blew it up. I know they had to go to like a oh my goodness. Like a staples or something to print my face off and put it
Yeah.
on there. But like,
Oh, okay,
but they got multiple different pictures of my face and put it on
Yes.
all these blow up dolls.
Yeah, they did
And
the
just-
cheap way. Yeah.
At the very cheap way. It was still was funny.
Yeah.
It's still something I think about to this day. It was a really funny show.
Good.
It was all meant in good fun.
Good.
I think people took it a little too seriously that they were
Yeah.
like trying to bully me, but no,
Yeah.
they were just messing around.
It didn't boil our bubbles.
Yeah.
What's tell me about the Anvil then.
Anvil. Okay. Anvil is a metal band all the way from the 80s. They were they played a festival with like Poison, Metallica, Megadeth. They're destined to be a really huge band. Didn't work out for them.
Yeah.
So they're this band that really just has this legendary status to where they're supposed to be a lot bigger than what they are,
Right.
but never got that way. I got offered them back
Anvil.
yes, I got offered them back in 2014
Yeah.
because they'd put a documentary out about them that actually kind of gave them some traction. So they're like, oh, this band's kind of big now. Not huge, but kind of big now. They're playing like rooms for like 150, 200 people. Like that's kind of how it's going to. They offered them to me and we kind of came to an agreement for them. Had the show at the Music Box. This was at a kind of a dark time at the Music Box too, to where the whole all ages thing was kind of going away. That they weren't really all ages at this point. They're like either 18 and up or 21 plus. For a band like Anvil, it really doesn't matter. But it was still a really weird time where the scene was really weird. Now, do you remember this weekend there was a festival going on downtown that weekend too that kind of took a lot of our crowd. So it's like the show didn't really get promoted really that well.
Yeah.
I had talked to the agent maybe about a week or 2 weeks prior to let him know, like, hey, I don't think this show is going to really do so well. So whatever our guarantee was, I don't think that's really going to happen. What can we work out? And he just told me, he said, hey, when the show happens that night, call me during the show. We'll work something out. I was like, okay, well, let's see.
That's
And so they show up. They're all there being Anvil. They get on stage. There's probably about 40 people in the room. Not nearly as much as I wanted to be.
right.
So I called him on the phone. I said, hey man, I said, this is how many people in the room. This is how much we have in the door. Not a lot. I was like, what do you want me to do? He said, just give him that. I said, I'm going to text him. I'm going to let him know, but just give him that. And I was like, okay. And there's another guy there.
What do you mean? Just give them that?
Just give him what's in the door. Like whatever money's at the door, just go in and just give him that. And he'll work it out with the band, let him know what happened and like whatever, kind of like it's all cool.
Nah.
Yeah, I know. There was a guy down there that was working it with me named Jason Few.
Yeah.
He's cool with me telling this story because it's really more involves him than me. I left. I told him, I said, hey, go and take care of this. I'm going to go home. It's like 1:00 in the morning. I said, I'm just going to go home.
Yeah.
I drove home. I noticed I got 2 messages from him. I said, hey, how much did you say you were going to give him the door? I said, I told him we were going to give him like $600. I said, how much did it have the door? I said, oh, well, I guess for some reason the guy did not count the fact that the actual money that belonged to the box. So I'm only got 400 now.
Right.
I said, well, just give him $400. It's cool. I said it should be fine. I said he said he's gonna let him know. Radio silent. That's when the owner of the Music Box called me and asked me where I was. Told me to get right back down there. Said these guys are going crazy right now.
Right.
So I was like, okay. So I got back in my car, drove down there.
Ooh.
Did not know what I was going to walk into. Luckily I missed all of it, but they had taken this guy Jason and locked him in their tour van.
The dude that said it was cool to give them money.
And Jason was the guy that was working down there with me. He was helping me with the show, and he
was just an innocent bystander.
and he was just very innocent. I still feel bad about this. I still do. I still apologize.
How
to
did
him
he
to
get
this
taken?
day. I mean, at the time, I think he was a little pissed about it. Now,
how did Jason get taken?
how did Jason get taken? Like he handed him the money. I guess they weren't really cool with the money.
And they just grabbed him with the money.
I don't really know exactly if they got physical with him. I just know that he ended up in a tour van. They closed the door, and they just started just threatening him. And he was like, "Hey man, I don't know what you want me to do. Like I
Right.
can't give you more money than this. Like
Right.
here's $400. Like
Yeah. Venmo hasn't been invented yet.
yeah, at this moment in time, like maybe PayPal was around, but
Right.
that was really it. So it was this really awkward moment where he was kind of just locked in the van, and they ended up letting him out. Because I think at this point, because the agent that I talked to, he had went to sleep. He had gone to sleep. So I was like, hey, like this is what he told me. Like this should be cool. And like we don't know anything about that. You owe us this much money. And I was like, I don't know about that.
So how did it resolve?
They just left. They they end up kind of pitching a fit, and they left. And it was like the next day the agent emailed me and asked me like, "Hey, give me the correct number. How many people were there? How much did you pay them?" And I told him, and that was kind of it. And never really talked to that guy ever again.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess from their perspective, they can't really do anything.
No, no, there really wasn't. I wish I would handle that differently. I had no idea that they were going to react that way. Like
How else would you have handled that?
I mean, I would have stayed. I would have stayed with him and paid him and talked to them about it and told them that like, hey,
Yeah.
this is how things were. And I would have gotten that agent to like, hey, can you text me this to show proof, show some validation that this is okay, just in case I can't get you in the phone.
Because he said it on the phone.
He said it on the phone.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. I would have had some sort of proof to where they would have been like, okay, we'll handle this with him.
Yeah. He tried to play it off.
Yeah, I really don't know how the conversation went, but I think maybe he did try to play it off later, like, oh yeah, like
Right.
okay.
So Anvil hasn't come back to Mobile.
No,
Yeah,
that's okay.
They don't pass it there.
That's okay.
Yeah. Do you ever enforce contract agreements then because of that incident?
I mean,
Should have helped us.
all my shows are under contract agreement. They're underneath some sort of contract agreement to where if a band's guaranteed, like I'll give you an example. I have a show coming up that I haven't announced yet, where the band is guaranteed $1,800. That's what they're guaranteed to get paid. I am liable for that $1,800, whether or not the money comes to the door or not.
Right.
It probably will, but whether it does or not, I am liable for that much money.
Right.
Yes, and
But
that's
not on contract.
It's on contract. They will see me in contract and have me sign it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man, so does that make you promote extra hard then?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you have that kind of money lined up, yes, it
Right.
sure does.
And what are the big dogs that you're going to bring out?
Can't really say right now.
No, not the band, but in terms of the strategies of promoting.
Oh, the strategy of promoting. Well,
Can you give any pro tips?
best thing right now is buying ads. Buy ads on Instagram. Buy ads on
You
Facebook.
think?
Buy ads on TikTok.
Better than guerrilla promoting?
You can still put flyers out. I think flyers do work.
Yeah.
I think flyers still do work.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a lost art. I think they still do work.
Right.
Now, would it bring as many people as those ads will? Probably not.
Wow.
But there's nothing wrong with putting flyers out.
Yeah.
Like any spot you really can put a flyer up, it still will help. It might bring an extra 10, 15 people.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. What's been like some like odd promotional strategy that you've used that has weirdly worked? Does anything come to mind?
No, not at this moment. Not really anything I can really think of. Seems like
Last name? Ladies' night?
late. Oh yes. Okay. I
What we getting into?
forgot about that. Okay. A
Little
strategy that I
little Sarah Lance Snow?
that I used to do. I don't do it anymore, but it was a really popular thing that some promoters did like in 2012, 2013 is that they would have a show. It would be a really cheap show. Like usually the band just wants some money from the door. That's all I really would want. And a way to kind of bring in more of a crowd for them, because it would be a nobody band, is they'd be like, okay, we're going to do ladies free. So any girl that showed up, they were free.
Oh,
And it
yeah.
always would bring out more guys that way.
Yeah.
And then they would pay.
Yeah.
So, and that strategy did work. I only did it 2 or 3 times, and it kind of worked. It helped. I mean, it's not foolproof by any means, but yeah.
Let me know if you want to change the
Yeah, we can change it.
photo to anything in the back.
We can, if you want to go to, it don't matter. I mean,
Put a little pizzazz up there, boy.
go for it. Yeah. All these bad flyers from back in the day.
You might find it on
If you go to my
Facebook.
on my Facebook, all the new stuff is on there. Yeah.
That's all right. We got some vintage up there.
Oh yeah, this is very vintage.
You ever
This-
gonna frame these and
Yeah.
sell them?
Oh no,
Put a little
never. I got
Esoteric autograph.
I forget all about these. $3 at the door at my house. Oh yeah, there's my address too. It's great.
You can change that.
Yeah. Oh, there's my address again.
In bigger font. This way.
Bigger font so that everybody can read it.
$3 is crazy, man.
It sure is. It's still $3. Oh my. Yeah, that's really crazy.
Yeah, you think you're stealing somebody's lunch money, but you're really stealing their get into the esoteric.
Yeah.
So you took a little break.
Yeah.
You know, the goat needed some rest,
Mm-hmm.
but then you came back and the scene revitalized. Tell me about that, man.
Okay. Well, I say in 2023,
Yeah.
I was kind of just reaching out to just different agents at this point because I was kind of getting the idea to where I wanted to kind of try something again, but I wasn't really too sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I was just reaching out to different agents that I hadn't known over the years. And one guy actually got back to me and said, "Oh, hey, so this right here isn't available, but like, are you interested in doing anything?" I said, "Yeah," and he was like, "Okay," and it was like within like 5 minutes, he sent me like an offer to do something else. I was like, "Okay," and it was for this band called In Theory. And that was the first show I had back. I think that was November 2023. Had that at the Second Music Box downtown. Only show I ever had there. Had that show there. It did fine. Did fine for a show that was like the day before Thanksgiving, I believe.
Wow.
So it did fine for that.
Yeah.
Didn't lose any money, so it did fine. And after that, kind of just started taking back off again. It was kind of a slow little stretch up because I had that show, and it wasn't until August of 2024 until I had my next show.
Right.
That was a band called Zayo.
Yes. Tell me about Zayo.
So Zayo is an old band, probably I think they started back in 1993. Legendary band. And it was a really special show having a band like that play because everybody that came to that show, minus maybe like about 15 people, had all seen Zayo at some point in their life, either like in 2005, 2002. They had stories about when they saw them back at like Cornerstone, or they saw them tour with this band, all kind of different stuff like that.
Right.
So that's what that show was right there. It was just all these really older people. See, people like it. I think the average age was probably like 45 at this show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were peaking somebody's nostalgia.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, man. What's tell me about the tattoo.
A tattoo?
A trail?
Yes. I think it was 2016. Atreyu was gonna tour through Pensacola. At this time, their vocalist was tattooing on tour. He was tattooing at a shop, but he was tattooing on tour. And he just had mentioned that, like, hey, any date that I'm playing on this tour, if you want to reach out to me, I can probably fit you in for a tattoo.
Jeez.
So I reached out to him. He surprisingly messaged me back. This is like on Instagram. It's still kind of weird this even happened.
Yeah.
And he asked me what I wanted, and we just kind of just spitballed back some ideas.
So you weren't planning on getting a tattoo?
I was planning on getting a tattoo. Like I want to get a tattoo from him. I just didn't know what I wanted. And he kind of just threw an idea at me to where like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah.
And I got like a skull on my on my thigh with it says "Long Live" right above it.
Nice.
So and he was supposed to get it at a tattoo shop. I don't think he could find a tattoo shop in Pensacola that would actually accommodate him. So we ended up getting it done at a hotel.
Wow.
A really kind of fancy hotel. It was a little sketchy. I remember he was having like you put like bags in front of the door so that way no one could hear the machine going.
Right.
Yeah. Very sketchy.
That's how you know it's a good tattoo.
Yeah, it was a good time. So
cool, man. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You make the decision on this one.
Okay.
We go sacrifice story, or we go trash can story.
We can go trash can story. We already talked about the sacrifice. That's fine. I think it was 2012. Had a show at the Music Box with Icon was supposed to play. They ended up not playing. It was this whole show I sent around called Subjugate versus Icon, and it was mainly just a troll to where Derek himself was making it like he was really against this band called Subjugate.
Yeah.
But it was all a giant joke. They ended up not playing because their guitarist didn't want to play. So just Subjugate plays. I guess Subjugate won. But during that show, there was a kid that played in one of the bands that picked up a trash can that was full of glass and trash and all kinds of other stuff in it, threw it across the pit, and it just broke and just smeared everywhere. And kicked that kid out because that wasn't cool. And all got cleaned up. But as it was getting cleaned up, like during that show, like, Jay, why'd you throw that trash can? What was up with that? Like,
Ooh,
why'd you throw the trash can?
ooh.
And of course, everybody's messing with me, but then people really starting to believe it. They're like, "Oh, Jay must have thrown that trash can.
Right.
Like it must have been him. He just threw that kid out just to cover himself up."
Smart man.
Yeah,
All right, one more question. Lastly, I think
yeah,
that's
of course.
a better way to end. Every music scene has a sense of politics, and we don't really have to dive into it too
Yeah.
deep. But it's interesting to see from the perspective of yours how it plays out in the metal scene.
Yes, you're talking scene politics. So, I guess you can say when I first started, the big thing about me is that I didn't really go to a lot of shows in Mobile. Went to a lot of shows in Pensacola. So me starting out booking shows in Mobile, it really got a whole lot of like, who are you? Who are you? We don't know who you are.
Sure,
Why are you doing shows in our town? We don't know you.
sure.
And it was a lot of stuff like that. A lot of
How'd you get around that?
I mean, me being a kid, not really knowing exactly what to say, I just kind of would explain myself away to being like, "Oh, I just went to shows in Pensacola. Like, you should know me. Like, I went to this show and this show. Like that didn't really work." They're like, "Nah, like
Yeah,
you don't exist. Who are you?"
right.
Yeah. So
So,
I just kept on going. What really what it was is that
Right.
I just kind of learned to like don't let them bother you and just keep on going.
Yeah. Sure. But in terms of like, some groups might get booked over others, and now that you have, the pedestal,
Yeah.
the bird's eye view, the hands,
Yes.
what is what do those same politics feel like?
Well, now it's a little different. I don't really discriminate against anybody. So
Sure.
like anybody can play any of
Yeah.
these shows that I got, especially these Mobtown Throwdowns. Like anybody can play them.
Right.
Anybody that wants to can play 'em. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Like I used to be the way to where there are bands I just wouldn't book mainly because I just didn't like them or I just didn't like somebody in the band. But at the point now, like I'm 35, I don't really care.
Hmm.
So I don't care if we didn't get along at some point or whatever. Like no,
Yeah.
just play a show. It's cool.
Is there something you would tell your younger self?
So I think I would tell my younger self, don't have such a big head. Don't have such an ego. Had an
Damn
ego,
right.
had an ego for a long time,
Damn right.
and really just it's probably one reason why a lot of people really didn't like me for a long time, and I understand. So, but at this point, like, yeah, definitely don't have an ego. Like, drop all of that. Like, you're not important. You're not special.
Yeah. You have to have some moxie about you to come into the scene at 19 years old and think
Yes.
you can start holding shows.
Oh yeah, of course. Like you're gonna have some kind of ego, but
You
know.
got to have some moxie to put 8 open micers in front of 3-6 Mafia
Oh,
at 3 a.m.
yes, of course. I don't know what I was thinking, but still, like, what a fun time.
Let's go, man.
Yeah.
Well, I wish I could shake your hand, but thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Jay. And what's the Mobtown shows, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch Jay and the rest of us there at Music Box and over the next year, huh?
Yeah. But at least for the next year.
We got it booked.
Maybe beyond that. Who
Yeah,
knows?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jay.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. See you guys in the next wave.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.